When Laura left that evening, she stood by the door, slipping on her heels with a calmness that didn't sit right with me. "Don't wait for me, okay?" she said casually, giving me a half-smile before picking up her purse. I nodded, but something about her tone made my chest tighten. She said she was going out with her coworkers for a small get-together, but I already knew Jake, her new colleague, would be there. For weeks, I had noticed little changes. Her phone always face down, late-night messages followed by soft chuckles, and the sudden effort she put into looking perfect for office dinners. I wasn't the jealous type, but there's a difference between trust and blindness. That evening, my gut told me something was off. So, as she turned to leave, I decided to test her. "Enjoy your time with Jake," I said, keeping my voice even. Her hand froze on the doorknob. She turned slightly, her face paling. "What?" she asked quietly, almost whispering. I repeated the same line, adding, "You don't have to lie to me, Laura. I know who's really waiting for you." For a second, she didn't move. Then she mumbled something about me being ridiculous and walked out, slamming the door behind her. I sat there in silence, staring at the empty hallway, trying to process the storm of emotions inside me. Anger, sadness, and disappointment blending together like poison. I didn't chase after her. Instead, I grabbed my phone and checked the location app we both used for safety. She had forgotten that I could still see where she went. 10 minutes later, the little dot moved, not toward the restaurant she had mentioned, but to a hotel on the other side of town. My worst fear was suddenly real. I didn't rage. I didn't call her. I just sat there, staring at the map, realizing that my marriage had quietly been slipping away. I started packing a small bag, not because I wanted to leave forever, but because I needed space to think. Every picture on the wall suddenly felt like a lie, every memory poisoned by deceit. After about an hour, I got a text from her, "You still up?" I didn't reply. 5 minutes later, another came through, "I'm sorry if I upset you earlier. It's just work stuff." Still, I said nothing. The silence must have spoken louder than any message. Then came the call. Her voice sounded shaky, no longer calm or confident. "Why did you say that about Jake? What do you know?" she asked. I answered quietly, "Enough to realize you weren't where you said you'd be." The line went silent. I could almost hear her breathing quicken. Within 15 minutes, the location dot started moving again, this time fast, back toward our house. She didn't even text again, she just came running home. When I heard her keys at the door, I stayed seated on the couch, waiting. She burst in, hair messy, eyes wide. "It's not what you think," she said immediately, almost begging. I didn't raise my voice. "Then what is it, Laura? You're at a hotel with Jake, and you expect me to believe it's work." Her lips trembled, and tears gathered in her eyes. "It was stupid," she whispered. "Nothing happened. I just needed attention." For the first time, I realized how far apart we had grown. The woman I married, the one who used to laugh at my bad jokes and hug me after hard days, was now a stranger standing in front of me, desperate to cover her mistakes. I didn't yell, I didn't insult her. I simply said, "You can't fix what you don't respect." That night, she cried, begged, and tried to explain, but I stayed silent. Sometimes silence is heavier than shouting. She ended up sleeping on the couch, the same couch where I had once proposed to her. The irony was painful. In the following days, she tried to make amends, texting constantly, cooking my favorite meals, acting as if one apology could erase betrayal. But I had already decided. Trust, once broken, doesn't grow back like before. It remains cracked, fragile, and ready to fall apart again. When I finally told her I needed time apart, she didn't fight it. Maybe she realized too late that some mistakes can't be undone. I left the house with nothing but my clothes and a quiet heart. I didn't need revenge. Her panic and guilt were enough proof that truth had caught up with her. Sometimes, all it takes is one sentence to expose everything. "Enjoy your time with Jake." Those words weren't anger. They were the mirror she couldn't look away from. And in that reflection, she saw the truth of what she'd become.